Okay, I'm going to be doing some work on the Coronet today, so I figured while I'm at it, I wanted to make a real quick video on how to properly adjust the front wheel bearings. Okay, this video should be helpful to anyone who has an older MoPar from the muscle car era, such as this 66 Coronet, and you might have your drum off to inspect or replace your shoes or replace the bearing itself. So in order to save some time, I took off the hardware required to get to the bearing. So I have the bearing in here, and whenever you have the drum off, it's always a good idea to either clean and repack that bearing before you put that back in, just to make sure you have plenty of grease in there. Okay, so have the bearing in there. We'll put the thrust washer on. It's keyed, so it only goes on one way. Then we'll put the retaining nut on. And all I'm doing is snugging that by hand. And then what I usually do is rotate the wheel back and forth a little bit, and while it's rotating, I'll just snug it up a little bit, rotate it some more, do it again to make sure that that grease is not between the roller bearings and the race, so you get an accurate torque reading. Okay, so what we want to do is just lightly snug that. Okay, and then this is going to require an 1 1/16 socket and 1/4 inch-pound torque wrench. These are pretty cheap at Harbor Freight. And what you want to do is set your torque wrench to 90 inch-pounds, 90. And while you're rotating it, torque it to 90 inch-pounds. Okay. Put the nut retainer on here, and I'll show you in a minute here. Since this retainer is slotted, there's a number of different ways you can put this on. In this position, the slot is slightly blocked. I'm going to turn it, and that slot is open. But the cotter pin will fit through that. Okay, there, the cotter pin will fit through that slot. Okay, so then what you want to do is, with the retainer still on there, you want to back that off one complete slot. Okay, once you have this backed off one complete slot, that adjustment should give you 0 to 3/1000 of an inch end play, which is exactly what the service manual calls for. And once you have that in, you can put the cotter pin back in and the dust cap, and you should be good to go. Okay, thanks for watching.